it's Mike. Make sure to leave a like. And if you like what we will see in a moment, make sure to leave a comment. If you didn't know I can rhyme, I will do it one more time. Okay, enough of this fun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 22nd episode of High Heels of Bitcoin. My charming and sweet guest today is Kat, also known as RedKatLife. Anyone who loves Litecoin should follow her on Twitter. I have really enjoyed this interview, even though Kat said it's her second. To be honest, I don't believe it because it was super cool. I am sure you will enjoy it, so let's begin.
Hey crypto fam, this is RedKatLife here, and this is my second ever official interview with Mike Satoshi, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
And thank you for having me.
The pleasure is all mine. So let's begin with the questions. My first question is, why RedKatLife? Where did it come from?
Yeah, well, once upon a time, I used to have much redder hair. So my name is Kat, Red Cat. And then when you try to create accounts with Red Cat, they're always taken. So you have to be like Red Cat 1, Red Cat 9. And I thought, well, ultimately, I'm just sharing my life journey with everyone. So why not RedKatLife?
Yeah. Simple, but I can say very good idea.
Simple but effective, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. All right, let's move on with the questions. So,
sure.
My first question is, where did your adventure start? How did you find out about blockchain, about crypto?
So when did I fall down the rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Yes. So Zach, my fiance, has some Aussie mates, and oh gosh, it was maybe July 2017, I think. And, you know, they're really harping on him like, hey, mate, you got to check out this Bitcoin thing. Like, you really need to invest. You got to buy now. It's going to the moon. So yes, like most people, it starts off with your super excited friend telling you that there's this amazing way to make money, right? So when he told me about it and that he was thinking of investing, I immediately went on YouTube and just started watching like any video that I possibly could about it. And I think one of the first YouTubers that I started watching was Superman. Do you remember Superman?
Yeah, of course.
I think he just recently quit too, or just like.
Thanks to him, I have invested in some great project and lost some money. So.
Yes, same. So yeah, that's how it all started. I just watched every video I could, and it took a while to kind of wrap my head around the concept of like Bitcoin and blockchain and how this distributed ledger technology was really, you know, revolutionary and gonna just be a complete game changer. So once, you know, you realize like our current monetary system is basically a shit show.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is a disruptor. I see how this has a lot of upside potential. So around late August, September, I think, is when I first went for it, moved some funds around and bought some Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. I also started in 2017. My friend told me about Bitcoin, and of course let's buy some Antminers, let's mine Bitcoin. It's going to the moon. Yeah. But of course we didn't buy it. There are some customs problems in Poland and things like that. But of course I have lost some money, like everyone. Then on the 4th of December 2017, I started my own YouTube channel. And I think it was the worst time to do that because the bubble ended like in days. So
right.
So the hardest time, but I'm moving on. The next bubble is coming, I think. So, but the best thing I think about crypto, even if you go into crypto, into blockchain technology, and you find out about this, and even if you don't invest in, you learn how dirty is this fiat system. For me, the worst thing in the world is the fractional reserve system.
Right.
All
yeah,
right.
I completely agree. You know, I had a job and my money went into my 401k, which is like your life savings account. And I never questioned anything, you know. I was kind of this pre-programmed debt slave that was just how society is, and wake up, go to work, make money, let my company invest it for me. I mean, I never really even looked into what my money was being invested in, right? So that was the other part about Bitcoin that I really enjoyed was it's like, it's all on me, right? I mean, when we invest in a project and it doesn't work out, at least I can take ownership of that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have anyone else to blame. I'm not, it's on me. So part of that is empowering, I think, you know, that you're in control of your finances and you're in control of your investments.
You have mentioned the 401k, right? In Poland we have a social security system called ZUS, and the worst thing about it, I don't believe in my retirement because I don't think I will get any money. I'm like 39. Next year I will be 40, and then
Right.
they start saying that in like 20 years they will have to pay like 30% of your last paycheck. Oh, that's the word. So you lose all the money, and I think we call it Ponzi scheme. Our social security system is Ponzi scheme because I don't know where all those money came. We have no idea. Of course, we have in 1989 we have changed from communists to democracy, and we don't know where are the money. So that's the main problem in there. So like my parents' money are gone. We don't know where they are.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Yeah, that's so. Even more so, you know, you're like, this is tangible. I can control my assets, and unless they come and find my treasure or ledger, you know, they can't take it away.
Yeah. All right. Let's move to another question. Is Litecoin your favorite crypto?
I will say I use it the most as a form of actual currency. So, and there's a Litecoin fam. I've met truly amazing, amazing people being part of the Litecoin community. So I first bought Bitcoin. Litecoin was actually the third coin that I invested in. And I've been on Twitter now for 2 years. So I met the Litecoin fam probably, I guess 2 years ago is when I first started interacting with some of the folks from the Litecoin community. And it truly, it does work as a payment coin, you know, it's quick, the fees are low. So yeah, I guess I could say it's my favorite. Yeah, that would be fair.
To be honest, I've told it already to Mama Crypto, but in Poland, Litecoin is not so popular because it's just faster Bitcoin, and maybe not faster Bitcoin, it's just faster. So people say, all right, Litecoin is faster, but there are even faster coins. So why use Litecoin? Because we can use Nano or Tron or other things. So it's not so popular. Okay, it's very solid. It has a huge community, but it's not like we are. I think it's more popular in the United States than in Poland.
I think that's fair, but and that's what I love about crypto. It's about freedom of choice, right? Yeah. So if you want to use Nano or Digibyte or, you know, something that is faster with even less fees, you know, then that's what you support. So it's really like a community grassroots kind of movement, and it's about the people, by the people. So I completely embrace that part of it. You know, I get that Litecoin definitely is more popular probably in the United States and maybe not so much in other parts of the world, but that can change too, right?
Yeah, I think it has a great community in the United States. All right. My next question, I think you have already answered, is do you invest in cryptocurrencies?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And like we were talking about in the beginning, you know, late 2017, early 2018, when it was like the big ICO craze. So, which when you look back on it, it's like we should have known better because we're investing in projects that were just a white paper.
Yeah.
Like there was no product, there was nothing. It was an idea. We were investing in an idea, and yeah. So I had my fair share of maybe Superman suggested hot ICO projects that didn't exactly pan out, or maybe they did for a while and then it didn't last so long. But I found over time, you know, in the 2 short years that I've been in this space, that Bitcoin and Litecoin, you know, they're solid, consistent projects. And yes, there's volatility, but they tend to, you know, hold their better in the bear market, hold their value better in the bear market than, you know, some of the other altcoins. So sometimes you got to stick to the basics.
Yeah, I completely agree because I think we should learn because I try never to regret the past because you cannot change it. So I always try to learn. I always try to get more experiences and always try to even I help people. I tell them about cryptocurrencies. I run some local meetings but I always feel I need to learn more. There are some always things that, all right, I didn't know that. I have to read this book or I have to learn more because there are always questions that need answering and I don't have the knowledge to answer them. All right. Another question is crypto just your hobby or it's like your full-time job?
Crypto is my passion. Um, Definitely not a full-time job. I wish it was, but yeah, right now it's a passion because, you know, I was lucky enough to have Zach's friends who introduced us to Bitcoin, right? So without these fanatical friends who were persistent about us looking into it, I would have never delved into this entire ecosystem. So for me, I just want to give that opportunity to the next person. Um, I just want to make sure that all my friends and family and people that I meet along my random adventures at least hear the word, you know, see the signs, so that they have a fair chance like everybody else. You know, it's just about opportunity. Everyone should have the opportunity to learn about it and invest in it if they so choose.
Yeah.
What was the question again? Is it a passion or a job? um, yes.
It's the same
I would
thing.
say I'm a crypto advocate. So
Yeah, it's the same thing for me because I have a normal job and then crypto is my hobby. It brings me some money, but of course, it's not like I am full-time crypto. But next thing, because I am watching your Twitter for some time, I've been watching your Twitter for some time, and I wanted to ask you about this plant seed. Can I call it a campaign or I don't know, project?
I would call it a yeah, it's just another idea that organically came from the community. So, okay, if I'm going to tell this story correctly, I got to go back in time. I met Nick Hoddlefuel last summer when we did a meetup in DC, and he has a coffee business And he's super pro crypto. His business accepts cryptocurrency. And he made a seed card, the first original Litecoin fam seed card. And it was basically, it was a card that when you scan it, took you to the Litecoin Foundation. And on the back, there were little boxes to enter your seed phrase. So if you were setting someone up with a crypto wallet, they could easily take this and you would say, now store this in a safe place, like a fireproof safe, right?
Yeah.
Like this is your access to your money. It's very important, the words that were written for the seed phrase. And I kind of took his idea, and you start getting creative and you start making different versions of it. I just happen to have these with me. So, Crypto Campfire, they came up with this one, which I love. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, so this is kind of like the evolution of the seed card. And in my travels, because Zach travels for his job. And so when we're traveling around, you encounter a lot of new people. And whenever crypto comes up, if we're wearing crypto related t-shirts, or we just bring it up in conversation, it's nice to have something to hand the person, so that they can follow up and do their own research. So essentially that's the planting the seed. Like you're giving them a seedling, and then they can water it and, grow it to whatever extent they want, right? So I had created a chat group, the seedling chat group, and Paulie P, he had been planning these seed cards, and he said, wouldn't it be great if we could kind of put these on a map to see exactly where they're being planted? And Change Angel, some of the members from Change Angel, Ben from Change Angel was in the group, and he's like, you know what? I think we can make that happen. So, and it was just such an exciting day. Like the conversations are going back and forth, and we're like, oh, well, we could have it linked to the Twitter account, and, people could go back and see exactly where they're planted and the pictures that correspond with it. And it was just really beautiful to watch this simple idea take off. And then Trix Treats, he volunteered to make a seed card for every non-ICO supported project on the Change Angel swap exchange. So from there, it's just blossoming. And on the back of this seed card, you can kind of see what it looks like on their website. Depending on which crypto you plant, you can pin it. So it's very exciting.
I have seen this map, and I think it's a great idea, because so it's like you leave those cards in the shops or different places, or you just give them to people?
So it can be either. Some of them, it's kind of fun to just leave them in a grocery store, maybe near like the Visa card stand or something, at a gas station near an ATM. It's just kind of fun to leave them different places and take pictures, because the next person's going to be like, Litecoin, be your own bank, take control of your money. Like, what are they talking about, right? It might spark something. Or like I said before, it's good when you're having a conversation with someone and you don't have a lot of time because it's a really deep topic. So you have something physical to hand them that they can follow up with. So really it's you can do whatever you want. It's just an idea that evolved, and people are running wild with it, and I love it.
All right, so let's talk about Change Angel. You have mentioned it's crypto exchange, right?
It's not. It's a swap exchange, and it's wallet to wallet. So it's different than some of the other exchanges that are out there. And I actually used it this morning. I FOMO'd into a little bit of Digibyte. So essentially, when you go to the website, you select which coins you want to swap between, and you're just using your wallet address that the funds are coming from and the wallet address that the funds will be swapped and transferred into. So you're not, sending your USD or your euro to a specific exchange and then having them move it around for you. So it's just a strictly crypto to crypto, wallet to wallet swap exchange. And they support non-ICO projects. So basically, every time you make a swap, a portion of that fee will be donated back to these projects that, they didn't have an ICO, so they don't have a honeypot of money to invest in their project. So it's just a way to help the communities grow. And oh my gosh, I don't know how long it's been since I first started interacting with them on Twitter. You can meet so many amazing people on Twitter. It's wild. I just love the community. But I remember when it was just an idea, one of the guys, was like, hey, Kat, can you take a look at our beta? We're thinking of creating the swap exchange. So earlier this year, when Zach and I went on our cross-country road trip, I had reached out to them because at this point, they're good friends. And I said, hey, I want to kind of bring some awareness to your swap exchange. So if you guys want to make up a decal, we'll slap it on the van, drive it across the country to get some exposure. And so it's been super fun, having those guys. We kind of are cheerleaders for one another along the way, which to me, that's what a lot of this space is about, right? It's just being cheerleaders for one another, like supporting one another in whatever avenue you want to help spread awareness or advance the technology or work with charities. It's just a really strong support network of like-minded people.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the community is the best and in the same time the worst thing in this in this space because to be honest, no one said some bad things to me directly to my face when we met in real life. Maybe it's because I'm like, I don't know, 280 pounds. Yeah, let me quick. No, 240. So not. But I think everyone is very courageous behind their screen, behind their keyboard. So yeah, I get that a lot. All right. Yeah, that was my next question. Your bus trip, was it like your vacation or maybe it was just the business trip or?
Yeah. So earlier this year, so I'm originally from the Virginia, DC area, and Zach had work out in California, which is all the way on the West Coast, and drove the work truck out there. So when he said later this year, we're going to have to drive the truck back. So immediately my mind goes to like, how can we turn this into an opportunity to like spread awareness? Because I'm crypto obsessed, right? And I want everyone to learn about it and find out about it. So that's where I just came up with the idea for putting some decals on it, bringing as many seed cards as I could. When we go to businesses, we always ask, can we pay with crypto? Which usually leads into some sort of conversation, whether positive or negative. And I had wanted to maybe do some more meetups along the way, but he kind of just wanted to get home after working so long. But there will be more trips in the future for sure. Like that was just the first of many, I think.
Yes, I completely agree. So it's like you are there for the community, because community building is the most important thing, I think, because to reach some certain level of adoption, of crypto adoption, we need this community. So I try to tell this to people: go to your local grocery store, ask about it, ask about, can I pay with cryptocurrencies? You can go maybe the next turn, the next, and the next, and then the store manager asks, what the hell is this crypto? Why are they asking about it? So I think if enough people will ask about it, maybe someday they will introduce those payments. So
that's true, because we have consumer buying power. I don't know if that's the proper term, but you know, the customer is always right in retail. Yeah. So if the customer wants to pay with crypto and enough customers ask, well, it would behoove the retailer to look into it. So, and not to mention the benefits on their end, you know, no chargebacks, lower fees. You know, they can either choose to keep the payments in crypto, or they can swap it directly back into USD. You know, there's so many options. It's just a learning curve right now. It's just a learning curve. A lot of people, as soon as they hear about Bitcoin or crypto, they think dark web. You know, I don't want to be associated with the business that, you know, sells things on the internet with dark web magic internet money, but I'm hoping that we should be past that pretty soon.
Yes, we need to do that, because I don't know if you've heard that, but I think the creator, the designer of C++ programming language said some bad words about Bitcoin. He's not too fond of cryptocurrencies, because he said that Bitcoin is for the dark web, is for the terrorists and things like that, which is obviously false, but people still believe that it's dirty money, and the US dollar is so great and so so clean. I don't know if you know that, but I have read some research that 10% of each of all $100 bills, no, not bills. How do you? I've lost the words. How do you call this? Paper money? Bill? No.
The fiat?
No. I mean, you have the coin, and then you have the paper thing.
Right. Yeah, like this.
Yeah. How do you call it? Bill.
Fiat?
It's bill, right?
Bill, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill.
So 10% of you can find the cocaine on 10% of all $100 bills. So.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Can you do that with Bitcoin? No, you can't.
No.
Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
But there are, of course, many people who try to steal from other people and use the Bitcoin, use the blockchain to show to people, I will show you the great way to earn millions, like 6,000% an hour, and some people believe it. That's terrible.
But okay, so to go back to an earlier point, with any new emerging technology, nefarious people are going to try to use it to do nefarious things, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. When I worked retail, I used to, we had a Western Union counter. And do you know how many times like little old ladies would come in and be sending money to Mexico because their little grandson Johnny was arrested and needed money? I'm like, whoa, first of all, is little Johnny even in Mexico? You know, like these were scams. They were being scammed through Western Union. So yes, unfortunately it's going to happen, whether it's with filthy fiat, Western Union, Bitcoin. You just have to be aware, unfortunately. There will always be people looking to take advantage of others. And unfortunately, that won't change, I don't think.
Yeah, in Poland, we have something we call grandson scam, because there are a lot of old people, and then some young guy comes to them, knocks the door, and says, "I am your lost grandson, and I am the friend of your grandson, and your grandson is in trouble. Police arrested him. Can you give me some money so I can set him free?" And people give them money. So even police warns about it. And there, of course, there are some things connected with utilities. So it's like guys who is checking the meters, and then I am the cable guy, and I will fix some, but you have to sign this and that. And then people, especially older people, lose a lot of money. So you don't need Bitcoin to do bad stuff.
Yeah. So unfortunately, when people use that as an excuse not to get involved or not to get into it, I mean, you just have to remind them that it happens in every other facet of life, right? It's not just Bitcoin. People are going to take advantage of others whenever they can, and a new emerging technology is definitely going to get the brunt of that. So again, it's all about creating awareness and doing your own research, and don't trust, verify. You know, you always have to verify the source of where the money's going, you know. And if someone says, send me 5 Litecoin and I'll send you 50, I mean, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I mean, come on.
Yeah, of course. I completely agree, because but people, I think most of the people, I know it's not popular, but I think there are more stupid people in this world than there are smart people. So I think some people will never learn. So no matter how hard we try, some people will never learn, and they will lose money and lose again and again and again. Okay, let's leave that leave that topic. Let's move to the conferences and meetings. You have mentioned some of them, so it's like you try to participate in those crypto conferences, meetings.
Yeah, so the most recent one was Litecoin Summit in Las Vegas, which was my first official conference, and I volunteered, and that was an amazing experience. I mean, Vegas is expensive, and I get that. A lot of people were not necessarily happy about the price or the amount of cigarette smoke that comes with being in a casino. But just the energy of getting all of these people together that you've met via social media, Twitter, you know, Facebook, however you're involved with the community, and like having that face-to-face interaction is, I mean, it is priceless, because these connections go far beyond the conferences. And then the quality of the speakers there, on day one, I was pretty busy at the front desk, so I didn't actually get to even walk into the conference. But on day 2, I got to catch up on some of the presentations, and it's just, I love hearing other people's stories of how they got involved, and you know, how they started their journey down the rabbit hole. There was amazing vendors there with different products and wallets, and you could donate directly to the foundation by buying these little, well, they were Litecoin poker chips, but I bought some of those. So that was really fun. But before that, I've gone to a lot of Bitcoin Ben's meetups. Hodl Fuel had a meetup when John Kim was doing his Litecoin 30 for 30 tour. So I went to that, and that's where I've made a lot of really great connections with folks in the community, and we're friends. You know, I talk to these people more than I talk to like my high school friends or my best friends growing up. So
yeah, so it's a great thing. I did a couple of interviews. It was like Michelle, obviously, and Erin, and Leah Thompson, Girl Gone Crypto, and Lady, and Lady Anarchy, and I will be doing an interview with Wendy O anytime now, and so there are many great people in this community. Yeah, we have in Poland. This year was, I think was the worst year, because in 2017, obviously it was full of crypto conferences and meetings and other things. 2018 was great, and I don't know why, but 2019 is not so great. There are not a lot of, I don't know, maybe many people lose interest in cryptocurrencies, because of course Bitcoin came from the bottom at 3,000 to like 13,000, but
Yeah.
I think, I don't know why. Maybe the companies do not see the money in this right now, in this space. So
Yeah.
so it's like there was going to be a huge conference called I Love Crypto, but it's been moved to another year. I think it's March next year. So of course there was in Europe, there
Oh.
was a Malta Blockchain Summit. It was a huge conference, well
Oh, I
known
remember
in.
hearing about that.
Yeah, yeah. I told myself I will go there next year. I have to go there next year. So all right.
Well, you're right. Right now, maybe a lot of people probably got burned out. A lot of people are, you know, their heads down and they're working, right? This is when you build. And then we're going into 2020 into the halvening. So kind of like all starting to percolate again. Feeling like the excitement on Twitter ebbs and flows with the price fluctuations. It's like bipolar Twitter. Some days they're happy, some days not so much. But I think 2020 will be another good year for a lot of meetups and conferences, and maybe more big announcements will come out, partnerships. People are probably waiting, you know, for the right time to make these announcements.
Yes, of course. And it's like when Bitcoin drops like $200 or 300, people freak out. Oh my God, it's going to the 7,000, 5,000, 3,000. But when it rises like 500, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
And I always say to them, screw those charts. Don't look at them. Don't check the Bitcoin price every 10 minutes.
Right.
Unless you are a day trader but I don't do day trading, because I rather to help with projects or build community and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, I'm more of like a big picture person,
Yeah.
which is why I don't know if you watch Data Dash, Nicholas Merton. Like he does a lot of macro perspectives on things, and that's what you got to do. You just got to zoom out. You know, it's like, look at the price of Bitcoin when it started till now. Okay, it's going up, right? So if you just zoom out, give yourself another 5 years,
yeah,
it will go up. You just, it's not about the quick, you know, become a millionaire overnight anymore necessarily. That was the 2017 boom and bust of the bubble. So now you got to kind of be in it for a longer period if you want to make financial gains off of it. Or, I mean, ultimately, don't you want to just see this become the new currency and we don't have to worry about swapping back to fiat to begin with? I mean, ultimately, that should be the goal, in my opinion.
Yes, of course, I agree. When you zoom out, then you can see 2013, when the price of Bitcoin dropped from like, I think it was 1,300 to like 130 or 190. It was a much bigger drop than it was in 2017. And then it didn't happen overnight, because we had 2013, and then it was 13, 14, 15, 16. It was 4 years. 4 years between the next all-time high. So why don't we wait next 4 years, right? We have 2019, 2020 is coming. Maybe it will be 2021 or maybe 2022. We don't know that.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about crypto Twitter, because I think it's the best and it's the easiest way to get some crypto information. So, and there are great people there. So I wanted to ask you about some people. So basically men and women. And the reason why I ask about men and women, because I always try to find more girls to interview.
Yeah.
What are
crypto Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. What's the question about it?
What's the question? Do you have any favorite profiles? Do you have any girls you can recommend to this interview?
Oh my gosh, yes. So crypto Twitter women is, let's see, we've got I Make Lemonade, Rebecca. We've got Litecoin.
Wait
Lisa.
For a second. Let me take.
Yeah, after our interview, I can absolutely send you.
All right, so I want,
yeah.
Yeah. Please do that because I won't have to.
Don't even worry. Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, there's crypto Twitter is interesting because, like you said, people can be keyboard warriors, and I guess my philosophy with it is I'm a pretty positive, upbeat person. That's just kind of my personality. And sometimes people will get on a thread of mine and, you know, try to be negative, or, you know, they have a difference of opinion, and that's fine. And I always just like to say, you do you, boo. You do you, you know? It's like, yeah, I get it. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And it's okay. But if you're just going to keep constantly coming at me, it's like, I just don't do drama, you know? I don't have time for that, right? You know, you could be doing other productive things in your lives than just like arguing back and forth on Twitter. So it's like, agree to disagree and move on. That's my philosophy. Like, yes, everyone is allowed to have their freedom of speech and have their opinion and use their crypto of choice, but to just sit there and troll somebody's thread, like, oh, come on. Like, go do something productive for the community. Go out and tell people about whatever crypto it is that you're so hung up on, you know? You'll get a lot more respect that way too, I think, you know? Favorite people on Twitter. There is absolutely no way I could name them all because we would be here for probably another hour.
Yeah.
I definitely love my Litecoin fam. There's a lot of people in the Digibyte community who are pretty awesome as well. And I just think the more we work together, we'll achieve more. So if we have this mentality of like, my coin is the best coin and the only coin, well, then you're missing out on a lot of really good connections that you could be creating with other people. And you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage, you know? But it's Twitter, so we have people on there that are frogs and cats and dogs. Well, cat, but at least you know my face. There's a lot of anonymous people on Twitter, and I get that, you know, they don't necessarily want their whole lives projected out there. So it's interesting. It's really interesting and addictive.
Yeah, I agree. I think the main problem today is that people, they want to argue, but they don't want to hear the other side. They don't want to hear the other people. So it's like, I don't agree with you, but I don't allow you to speak. If you don't agree with me, then you are not right. It's like becoming a religion, and they are becoming fanatics. So I think the problem is with today's world, because there are, I try to watch a lot of YouTube videos, especially about different things and United States universities and things that happen there. So I know the freedom of speech is, some people try to shut it down. So you don't have the right to speak if you don't agree with me. But I think the crypto community is great. Still, I think it's great, especially when they meet in real life. Yeah, and the Twitter is also great. And I have just reminded myself of Litecoin Lisa. I am pretty sure you know her. So
Oh
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done
So
an interview with her
yes,
yet?
I did. I did. It was like I don't know, 1 month ago
Okay.
or something like that. So if you are watching this, hello, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. And Lisa, I would say sip sip because she likes her Tito's.
Yeah. And I think she's doing great job because I've been watching her non-crypto YouTube videos about those cancer things and helping other
Mm.
people. Yeah, yeah, I think she's great. So
Yeah, she has her charity, which is
yeah,
Team Mighty Mia. So,
yeah. She
which
has.
again, like charity and crypto are just the perfect combination because, okay, say you don't have a lot of money, but you still want to give to a charity. Say you have $5 US dollars, but by the time you go through PayPal and it gets there, then you've only given like what, 350 maybe.
Uh,
But if you want to do it through cryptocurrency, you can donate from anywhere around the world. It can get there instantly, and it can cost fractions of a penny. So crypto and charity, that's another area that is completely, what's the word, underestimated or underutilized, maybe underutilized. So
yes, and the power of crypto, fast payments, cheap payments, and of course there is the power of blockchain technology, so we can
right,
verify.
transparency.
Yeah, transparency. Yeah, I was going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's speculate. What will happen? What do you think will happen in the future? What will happen to the cryptocurrencies?
Ooh. Um, I mean, you usually have to look at the past to kind of get an idea of where we're going in the future. Are we talking Bitcoin price prediction? Is that what we mean?
No, more like where is the direction of the market? Do you think that most of the projects will collapse and there will be some winners, like I don't know, 20, 50 projects? Because not, like, right now we have CoinGecko says it's 6,000. I think it's like 10,000 different crypto projects. Most of them are dead.
Yeah, I guess. So, in order for a project to succeed, it has to have a user base, it has to have functionality. There's so many projects that kind of mimic one another.
Yeah.
That it's not to say that the project isn't good or that the technology isn't solid, but it all comes down to the user base. So if you have 4 different projects all trying to do the same thing, but for some reason this one takes off and has the most users, then it's going to succeed, What I would really love to see is a project come out and replace Facebook that's decentralized and because there's like Friendster, I think, Steam It. What are some of the other platforms? Fold?
Float.
Oh yeah,
Float.app.
oh, you'll have to send me that after. I'm not familiar with that. So see, there's some that are in the running, maybe to potentially take off as the next social media platform that's decentralized, but like, at this point, which one is it going to be? I don't know. It depends on which one ends up with the most users and has the best functionality.
I think the main problem is we cannot build the platform as huge as Facebook or as huge as Google overnight. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money, and it takes a lot of people to build it. Like you have mentioned, community itself, and then some project managers, programmers, and graphic designers. So far, I think those decentralized social media are not doing so great because it's still too early. Some of them started in 2017. They have lost a lot of money. Some of them had to fire a lot of their staff. So it's a big problem. And I also try to tell it all the time. You cannot put everything on the blockchain. It's not like you will have all videos of YouTube on the blockchain. It won't happen. It will be still, you can use IPFS or other technologies, but you cannot put it all in the blockchain because it won't work.
Or is it even necessary?
Yeah, of course. Is it even necessary?
Like, do you have to put everything on the blockchain? No, you don't.
Yeah, and you have mentioned that like you have 4 projects that try to solve the same problem. I think it's more like 400. No, 4.
Yes, that is, you're probably right. It is more like 400, all trying to do the same thing. So, and that's where maybe if these projects actually work together, instead of trying to break off and do their own thing, maybe if some of them actually came together, then they could create that like monster project that would have more users and it could actually build on itself and take out Facebook.
Yeah, I think it may happen someday because it's like in the normal market where Microsoft or Apple buys some companies, some company or some startup develops some interesting technology and then they buy it and integrate into their software. Maybe it will happen in crypto. So one successful project may buy this project and that project, and maybe they will build their own products, better products. Okay, let's now talk about your future. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Full-time crypto?
Oh my gosh, I hope so. Yeah, currently Zach and I, we travel a lot and we don't necessarily have like a home base. And so we're trying to figure out where in the United States that we actually want to put some roots down and call our home, you know? So in 5 years, I hope that we own land and have a home, and I would absolutely love wherever the community is that I live, that maybe I have a shop or a business or something that has crypto integrated, and we can have crypto meetups and yeah, that's my vision, at least. I don't know. Maybe Zach has a different idea.
I am sure you will be successful and you will do, and your plans will be fulfilled. And to be honest, I have in my city, I have local crypto meeting tomorrow. So it's it's like 20-30 people meet together, we drink beer, we eat pizza.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I run those meetings because I try to build communities, and of course we have a great because we have a small space that some computing company they don't take money from us, so we can go there and meet once a month, and we don't have to pay for it. So it's great.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, they have like a huge screen and sometimes I those things. I've lost
speakers.
Yeah, and they have speakers, and we meet there. We eat pizza, we drink beer, we talk about crypto. There is also some speech going, and it's great. Community is growing, so there are people coming every month. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty proud of it. And the funny thing is, I think it's the 11th. Yeah, it's 11th meeting, and I wasn't on the first one because, to be honest, Poland is a small country, of course, compared to the United States. It's like, I don't know, 700 kilometers across, so it's like, I don't know, 500 miles. So it's like basically like one state. I think the Texas, Texas is bigger than Poland. Yeah. So, and I didn't even know. I think I know basically everything that happens in my city. It's like we have 300,000 citizens, so it's a very small city in the States, and in Poland it's like 13th or 14th. And then I didn't know that it happened. I didn't know about the first meeting.
Oh, the first one.
And then about, I think it was 3 meetings, and then I started organizing them myself, because the guy that was running he had to leave because he had late night job and he couldn't run it anymore. So he told me, all right, you can start running this show, and I did, and then we meet every month.
Wow, that's fantastic. Do you ever live stream it, or do you have
well, I don't live stream it, but I always record.
Okay.
So I put it on my channel, but obviously it's in Polish. So yeah, I always try to get some people to make English subtitles for me, but it's a hell of a job. I cannot do it myself.
Yeah, the editing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I know this is already happening, but I'm sure in the future there will be a lot of more VR meetups. So people from all over the world can just throw on some VR goggles, and next thing you know, we're all hanging out in the same room.
Yeah, there is. We had like a first virtual reality conference. Of course, we didn't have those VR goggles. We just used our computers. And there is.
Okay.
Yeah, we had Polish first virtual conference, and it was great. It was great. You could choose your own avatar, and then you could speak to people. There was those tables. I think the application is called no, it's not Kahoot. It's called TIUF. I will send you. Yeah, TIUF.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's really great. I will send you some screenshots later, so you can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really great. To be honest, and we had like some speeches, so it was like. Four of Polish YouTubers speaking about crypto, and then there was our viewers sitting there discussing and asking us questions, and of course it was like just like computer game. So it's really great.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is fun. Yeah, that's something that I want to look into next, because it's almost like after you go to these great meetups and you get all the energy of being around one another, and then when you come back home or everyone goes back to their states that they live in, you kind of get a little depressed. You miss your friends.
yes, of course, and especially that United States is such a big country, so it's not like you can travel from Los Angeles to New York in 1 hour.
Oh God, yeah, no, it's just too big. And I would love to do more globally, because I know next April they're having, I think it's called CoinFest in the UK. A lot of the folks from Change Angel and a lot of it seems like a lot of the Digibyte community is in the UK. So I want to make an attempt to go across the pond and attend one of their big crypto events. That would be fun. It's like a bucket list.
Yeah, let me know. I may be there, because England is like, I don't know, 2-hour plane trip from Poland, so it's like
perfect. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, last question is, let's leave crypto behind us. Do you have any hobbies, things you like to do when you are not in crypto?
Yeah, crypto has pretty much consumed everything, but I like photography. Because we travel so much, so I love to take photos, and now I'm obsessed with adding like crypto into every photo. But I like photography. Admittedly, I used to be more into jogging. I used to enjoy jogging, and I need to get back into that. So I need to like start popping the headphones on and listen to some podcasts and get some fitness in, because I've been slacking on that. But I really used to enjoy just getting out, being in nature, whether it's taking a hike or, going for a walk. So photography, jogging, hiking. I like to draw. I like to create things, kind of doodle and sketch just for fun. Or even those adult coloring books are pretty fun. I'm not too old for that, so.
Yeah, we never grow old. Sometimes we only change our toys.
Yeah. Just a big kid.
Yeah. But it's good. It's very good. We shouldn't grow old and grumpy. So it's like, oh, when I was young, the world was the different place. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thanks so much for this interview. Thanks so much for this time. It was great fun for me.
Yes. I feel bad that I didn't give shout outs to like all the amazing people that I love in the community, but then if I leave someone out, I would feel super bad. So everyone out there, you know who you are. I love you guys. And thank you, Mike, so much. Second interview.
Yeah. Go ahead and do more. You need to do more. Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to put myself out there more. So
don't be shy because you are doing great, and you can fix that with your friends, because I think I will post this video over the weekend, and then you can post something on your Twitter, and then you can mark all those people. Hey. Yeah.
Good idea. Give them a shout out.
All right. Thanks so much for your time.
Yes, thank you.